Let's continue to work with respect and understanding. Mrs. Simpson-Miller urges members of the Partnership for Jamaica to stay the course. Alia Atkinson receives heroes welcome, and the Sunshine Girls get high-level support as they battle it out in their three-match series against England. With this week's Jamaica House Weekly, I'm Andrea Chisholm. Prime Minister Portia Simpson-Miller has reiterated government's commitment to ensuring that the Partnership for Jamaica National Council continues to operate for the benefit of the Jamaican people. At the Council's first meeting for 2015, the partners received an update on Jamaica's progress and budget report from Finance and Planning Minister Dr. Peter Phillips. The members used the meeting to commend the government for maintaining Jamaica's economic reform program and consistently meeting economic targets. For her part, Mrs. Simpson-Miller encouraged the Partnership Council members to continue to work together with dialogue, respect and understanding. Jamaica has successfully passed 6 consecutive performance assessments by the IMF board and experienced annual economic growth of approximately 1%. When news broke that there had been a deadly attack on French news magazine Charlie Hebdo, Mrs. Simpson-Miller quickly sent a letter of support for the government and people of the French Republic. In the letter to French President François Hollande, the Prime Minister described the attacks as a barbaric assault and expressed her deepest sympathy to the people. She said the Jamaican people condemned the heinous attack on freedom of expression. The Prime Minister made herself available for several courtesy calls in the past week. On Wednesday, she met with High Commissioners who are set to depart the island for South Africa and Trinidad and Tobago. Mrs. Simpson-Miller also met with representatives of the housing sector. And Prime Minister Portia Simpson-Miller also received the island's senior netballers and the visiting team from England who are currently playing a 3-match series at the Indoor Sports Centre. During last Tuesday's meeting, the Prime Minister expressed her continued support for the netballers and thanked the English team for helping in Jamaica's preparation for the World Netball Championships this August. And on Wednesday, the minister responsible for sport in the Office of the Prime Minister launched the Supreme Ventures-funded 3-match netball series.
I'm expecting a lot. I'm expecting greatness. We are indeed expecting that out of this series, we will recognize that you are ready, prepared, or on the road to go rush down under. And this is where it begins.
Mrs. Nita Headley also had a special word for the island's senior netballers.
You are so motivated, you are so well prepared that you're going to go out there, give it your best, and you're going to be victorious. As a nation, we are proud of you. As a team, we know you will do well. Congratulations on taking it this far. All of you who will be named today, you are most deserving of your placement.
In the meantime, Minister Nita Headley revealed that government was the largest sponsor of the sport this year, pointing also to expansion plans for the Leela Robinson netball courts. She said the courts would be getting brand new stands in the coming weeks to house some 2,000 patrons. And on Saturday, Minister Natalie Nita Headley was at the stadium complex when the 3-match series got underway, witnessing firsthand the 56-47 defeat delivered by the Sunshine Girls. She also showed her support for the Sunshine Girls when England's Roses came back to take the second match with a 55-47 scoreline on Sunday. And Mrs. Nita Headley was also on hand to receive 100-meter breaststroke champion Alia Atkinson at the Norman Manley International Airport Friday. At a welcome reception, the minister lauded Alia's achievement and described her as an inspiration to the Jamaican people.
You have inspired our young people to achieve greatness, and not only in swimming, but in every sphere of their lives. You have always demonstrated great humility. Your power in the water, your determination, your fight, your integrity, your dope-free body, your positive attitude are all hallmarks of a descendant of Nanny the Warrior.
In December 2014, Atkinson won gold, equaling the world record in the World Championship short course 100-meter breaststroke in Doha, Qatar. In expressing extreme pride at Alia's achievement, the minister reiterated government's commitment to enhancing sporting infrastructure on the island. And the OPM, through the minister responsible for information, celebrated the birthday of Maroon leader Kodjo and the 277 years since the Accompong Maroons signed that historic treaty with England. In her address, Senator Sandria Faulkner called on the Maroons to continue to work hard to keep their vibrant culture intact.
Let us not lose the tradition of the Maroons. Let us ensure that many, many generations after us will know what the Maroons represent, what they represent for our country, and the significant role that the Maroons have played in taking our country to the place where it is now.
And that's it for this week's edition of Jamaica House Weekly. Join us next week for more of the stories coming out of the office of the Prime Minister.